Alright, so now we're going to press our seams, and the basic pressing procedure is the same for all types of seams. The first thing you need to do in this class is make sure the iron is on. When it's plugged in, originally it doesn't automatically go on, you actually have to set it. There's a fabric selector here, so you want to push it until it gets to the linen, cotton, or the max. We are using natural fabrics in here, so it doesn't matter which one it is. So it's going to take a while to heat up. Remember, we don't touch the sole plate to see if the iron is hot. You lay it down flat for a sec, lift it up, and then touch the ironing board. So this is hot enough for me to begin, so I'm going to start by pressing our plain seam. So the first thing I want to do is I want to lock the stitches in. So I'm going to pick up my iron and put it down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to flip it over and do the other side. The next step in pressing is I need to press the seam open, and the reason is that's what gets the seam to lay flat, and it really is the difference between making a garment that looks homemade and cute and something that looks professional. And people, when you wear it, say, "Oh wow, you made that," rather than, "Oh yeah, you made that." So what we're going to do is we're going to press it open. So I'm going to lay it so it is print side down or right side down on the ironing board, and I'm going to open this seam up with my fingers. So you may have noticed before on the iron there's a nose, and that's actually what this is for, is to get your seam open. So I'm going to actually nose that seam in and push it my way through, and then put my iron down on top of it. So I have a beautifully flat seam. So there is our plain seam. Pressing the inward curve and the outward curve start off the same way as the plain seam. So I'm going to press one side and do them both at the same time because I'm efficient like that. And then I'm going to flip them over and I'm going to press the other side. Notice I'm not ironing. I don't care about the wrinkles. I'm just pressing the seam flat. So I'll start with my inward curve because that's the one we did first. And this piece of equipment from our equipment lessons is the tailor's ham, and its job is to help you press curved seams. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to get this on the ham. It sounds like dinner or something. We're going to get this on the ham, and then we're going to open it up and press the same way we did the plain seam. And this is a little tricky because it's already clipped, but you need to clip it first or it doesn't work. So we're going to get that nose in, and then when you get enough space or enough of these opened up, you're going to press flat. Don't worry about wrinkling the rest of your fabric. You can iron it after the fact. So I'll just show you the difference from the other side between the two ends of the seam. So this side of the seam is beautiful and flat, and this side won't lay flat. So that's why there's the importance of pressing. I'm going to move on to our outward curve and our notches. So I've pressed both sides, and now I need to find the part of the ham that is the right shape for this. So because this is a very narrow curve, we're going to use the top of the ham to do that. And this is a bit tricky because you have to hold the ham up and iron or press at the same time. So I'm going to use the nose of my iron. And open these up. And open these up. There we go. And open these up. So it allows me to actually get the ham, the curved shape of the ham actually allows me to get these nice and open. And like the other one, I'm going to show you what the pressed part versus the unpressed part looks like. I'm going to do a bit more of this though. And you just keep moving this around to get the shape to fit as you go. Oh, I'm pressing Strawberry Shortcake's face.
Hot. Literally.
There we go. Okay, so I have half of it pressed and half of it unpressed. So you can see how nicely I can turn that to the other side and it lays nice and flat, whereas this side is all bumpy and ugly. So pressing is a very, 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 very important step.